She's at a place in her life where peace is a priority and negativity cannot exist. She's no longer matching energy. She's simply removing herself from any situation that doesn't vibrate her soul. So if you start moving funny, she's moving on.
What's up, my Fina love, sisters? Fina D coming to you all from Fina Team News.
She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment.
Since I didn't get to upload this video on time, I figured I'd leave you with something before the new episode. So this is a topic that I talked about during the week, but I never got around to posting it. So this could hold you over until the new episode come out. Most of you are aware that flip-flopper Sanya had to go to work during last week's episode. So she put miserable Milo in charge of everyone. Most of you are also aware that Milo, Kandi, and Todd, they had that big blow up. So Kandi been keeping her distance. We already know why Kenya Moore don't even mess with miserable Milo anymore. So they were keeping their distance. Monyetta is Kandi's friend. And even though her loyalty lies with Kandi, she's doing her best to navigate the group and get to know everyone and not just place people in boxes based on what she heard. Even though on SpeakerNet, she tried to pull that card a few weeks ago. So anyways, you all remember that Kenya, Todd, and Kandi went into their VIP area, but Monyetta entered that area with her husband first. And when she did, Milo made a comment, oh my goodness, Kandi let you out of her sight. Basically, like Kandi is holding Monyetta hostage and she don't have a mind of her own. Even though right now, Delusional, miserable Milo, that's exactly what's going on between you and Sanya. It's interesting how, excluding Kenya Moore, all of them are so delusional and they can't see that they're being hypocrites. But anyways, let's stay focused. So Monyetta comes around, she sits down, Milo starts to talk to her, Sheree, whoever else that was around them, the person she came with, talking about what happened that led to the argument with her and Kandi and led to her hitting below the belt. And she's trying to create this whole narrative as if Monyetta, Sheree, and everybody else, as if they were not there to witness what happened, okay? So she's explaining the reason why she hit below the belt, and, she was just shocked that Kandi had so much to say. Her conversation was with Ralph. It wasn't with Kandi, and she's just going on, and she's a hypocrite, too, because she does it all the time. She jumps in conversations that have absolutely nothing to do with her. So Kandi did the right thing by calling her out. We also know why Kandi did it. She's aware that, like I said in the last few videos I did, had Ralph just gone in on her, even though she deserved it, it would have been, oh my gosh, Peter Thomas 2.0. So Kandi jumped in to defend him, and kudos to Kandi for that. So as she's explaining the story and behaving like Sheree and Monyetta were not at the table, Monyetta is trying to stay neutral, so she's like agreeing, okay, yeah, I understand. I see where you're coming from. I understand, and she's agreeing. She's not standing up like, okay, now, girl, I think you're cool, but I was at the table. You hit below the belt. What you did was wrong. She's not standing up for Kandi. She's not having Kandi back. She even agreed with Milo at one point. Like, she was just mellow about it. And most of you are aware that after Monyetta chat with miserable Milo, she then goes to Kandi and try to let Kandi know that, we were bonding and talking. And Kandi somewhat went in a little bit, okay? It wasn't in no aggressive way, but she was basically putting her foot down that I don't care what bleeping conversation you had with her. Kandi basically wasn't here for it. You can see it all in her facial expressions from these images. She was looking at her like, what are you doing right now? You're supposed to be my friend, and you want to come to me and talk about that woman? You were at the table. You saw and heard what she said about my husband. What is going on right now? Monyetta saw and heard what happened. But she and her husband, especially her husband, he was having such a good time laughing that she probably wasn't even paying attention to everything that was going on. But Kandi just couldn't believe that that woman went that low and hit below the belt and said those things of my husband. And you have the nerve to come here to smooth things over for her. What is going on right now? And I'm just listening to this and I'm just like, wow, how delusional. All of the times you wanted Kenya to let things go and come and talk to people that were hitting below the belt against Kenya. You know, I don't even have to go through the entire list. I literally just did this a few weeks ago, but it's happening right now with the woman that continued to hit below the belt. But Kandi is getting a taste of her own medicine because this is exactly how she treats Kenya Moore. I'm all here for your friends calling you out and letting you know when you're wrong. You know, that's a real friendship. You don't want friends that only supports you regardless if you're right or wrong. You want those real friends that can call you out on your ish. But we have seen it countless of times over and over again where Kandi is being a flip-flopper, defending other people against Kenya Moore when those people are wrong. We witnessed it recently at the cabin trip, and then we also witnessed it during this episode, and I'm going to get to it. So her getting upset and doing the same thing to Monyetta, I'm just shaking my head. And I'm like, how delusional. And in those moments, I just wish someone would just stop her and say, okay, Kandi, you have done the same thing to Kenya. And then gave her examples so that she could catch herself. But I was just watching the whole thing and I'm just like, oh, wow. And of course, Kandi didn't just keep this on the episode. She took it to speak on it, okay? And did she speak on it? Oh, my goodness. She was on it for a few minutes, okay? She talked about it at the beginning of her episode of Speak On It. She brought it back up when Don Juan and DJ A1 came on. Not in a bad way, but she's going in. She's calling Monyetta out. You didn't have my back. That's not what, friends do. Real friends stand up for each other. I can't believe you just sat there on mute agreeing with Milo. She's going in. And then DJ A1 joined in. Oh, yes, we need to call Monyetta and, tell her to step her game up as a friend. That was wrong. Don Juan joined in and everyone is just going in. And then Kandi is like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get on the phone. I'm going to call her because basically if we're talking about her and calling her out, we don't want her to feel like, okay, we're going in on her. So I'm going to call her and give her a heads up and all of that. So even though they were going in on her, it wasn't bad to the point where it's like, oh, no. It was just her calling her friend out. And the whole time I'm watching her doing this, I'm just shaking my head. But I'm also smiling because I'm like, girl, you are delusional just like the Milo, just like the Sanya, just like the Sheree. All of you are delusional. Now, our girl, Kenya, she doesn't need a clique. She doesn't need a pack like Sanya said. She can hold her own with all of these ladies, production, everybody, even Andy, she got it. However, yes, there are times where Kandi is a great friend and she hold Kenya down, but majority of the time, she's a flip-flopper. That's just what it is. Even though she's not obligated, okay, to fight Kenya battles, everything that she said Monyetta should have done, she does the complete opposite when it comes to Kenya Moore. Before we move on to the next topic and end the video, yes, I do see the comments on the screen over this picture. What's the deal with A1 and Kenya? Kenya continue to pay that dust. Those are Kandi people. You can be cool with them and all of that, but don't do it. Absolutely not. Yes, I've seen the old tweets and how he used to drag Kenya back in the day. I understand people can change, opinions can change, but absolutely not. That's not for our girl. So hopefully she just laugh it off and move on. Nope. Okay. In the same episode, Kandi did exactly what she's accusing Monyetta of. She defended Sanya. She said that Sanya is not a flip-flopper. She's getting to know everyone. Even though she's seen the episodes and have seen the things that Sanya have said, the things that she's done, being insensitive towards Kenya and all of that. Not saying Kenya is a saint, but if you pay attention, Kenya never, ever comes for anyone first. And that "What's up, Kenya" was the perfect example of her sitting there, smiling, not on her phone, minding her business. Sanya came looking for her, and she ended it. And like I said, Sanya is absolutely going to try again to have a moment because that moment embarrassed her. So no surprise there. She also said that Russ did absolutely nothing wrong. Not even him standing up was wrong. She made an excuse for that. She said that he was actually addressing the entire crew, production, and everybody. And it wasn't just Kenya and Sheree that he was addressing. He was sick and tired of certain things that was going on. He still don't stand up. And if you're going to address the crew and get mad every time someone check your wife who's being messy, then maybe this is not the show for you. You don't expect your wife to be messy and not get checked or called out for it. She don't get to call Kenya out and Drew out and everyone else out for being messy. But when people call her out, now you want to run to her rescue. Then this is not the show for the both of you. But nothing Kandi said or did surprises me. It's just her hypocrisy and how delusional she is, that the same thing she couldn't do for Kenya Moore, she wanted Monyetta to do for her when it comes to defending her against Milo. And Kandi will continue to do this until the next person stabs her in the back. Then she will get the message. The same way how it took Milo hitting below the belt for her to finally see, oh, this is what Kenya Moore was talking about. Like I said, none of this is a surprise to me. This is Kandi MO, but you have to understand it's also business. Even though Kenya Moore, she can handle her own, she can stand alone, she can do all of those things. She's still a very smart businesswoman. She's a boss, and she knows what she's doing when it comes to holding on to certain people and certain friendships. As I throw my quotations in the air, she knows exactly how to navigate this show, who to align herself with, and what she's doing. And that's why Peter Thomas named her the smartest woman on this show and the smartest woman in reality TV. And lastly, it looks like Kenya is moving forward. I mean, she was in Sanya comments a few days ago, and then she also defended Sanya's husband on social media. And if you missed it, you can go and watch all of the recent videos I did on the whole raw standing up situations, my reviews. Everything is right there. You can visit the RHOA playlist on this channel to watch all of that. So if the woman at the center of it all is choosing to move on, then hey, it is what it is. But because most of you were in my DMs wanting me to cover this story and give my opinion, that's my opinion. Nothing about Kandi surprises me when it comes to not defending Kenya, excluding Kenya Moore. All of them on that show are delusional and hypocrites. But still got love for Kandi. Y'all know me. I will always be fair. I will call people out. It doesn't mean that I don't rock with them. It's not that deep for me. I'm simply just giving my review. I do not know these people personally. Only because she refers, she as in Kandi, to Kenya as her friend. That's the only reason why this topic was important to some of Kenya Moore supporters. If you're calling Kenya Moore your friend, and these are your rules and expectations from your friends, then be willing to do the same thing. So the fact that you're calling Monyetta out as your friend for not standing up for you and agreeing, that's the same way how Kenya Moore feels when you agree with the other people and not stand up for her. So the same way how you want Kenya Moore to understand where you're coming from when you agree with people who are coming against her, then understand where Monyetta was coming from when she agreed with miserable Milo, seeing her point of view. Do you see how that works? Exactly, Kandi. That's the hypocrisy I'm talking about. And the same way how, like I said, Kandi holds Kenya Moore accountable. That's all other people wanted to see here. Okay, Sanya, the way how she's moving, side eyes, a little sketchy, but she's still trying to get to know the group. I can work with that. Ross was defending his wife. I admire that. However, he should have stayed seated like my husband. The standing up part went too far. I can rock with that. That's all I'm saying. Don't just flat out be like, this person's not wrong. This didn't happen. I stand on that. And then turn around and question your friendship with somebody else. I'm wishing all of you well and take care. Now, loves, thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also, turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.